Subscribe and hit the bell icon and never miss another video.
I got into acting because I was just doing drama class in high school. So I joined drama class sophomore year, and I was going to high school in California. So a lot of people, a lot of my peers were actors or or had agents. So I kind of just thought it was like normal. And then I really wanted to get an agent, but no one would take me for like 2 years because I was so green. And I'm glad they did it because I had a lot to learn. So I just did a bunch of acting classes. And then one day I was in an acting class in Studio City, and a manager was there watching another one of her clients. And then I guess she liked me. So then she signed me. So it kind of happened out of nowhere, but I had been taking classes for so long. And then pretty quickly after, I booked my first job. I do relate to Lara-Jean so much. The similarities are I love love, and Lara-Jean loves love to the nth degree. I often I often live in my head like Lara-Jean does, and I'm okay with that. I love to read and I love to write. So those are like the main things that I would identify with Lara-Jean. But in general, I think I'm much louder and more talkative than she is. More confident, probably. My first impression of Noah Centineo, I met him at auditions. My first impression was that he was really tall. And then my second impression when I met him, like when we actually spoke, was like, why are you wearing socks with your flip-flops? Like, I remember he was wearing like socks with like those sliders, those flip-flops. And then I think during the chemistry read, I think he took off said flip-flops and was in his socks. And I just remember being like, wow, interesting move. If the movie was real, I would choose Peter. For now, I would choose Peter. It was amazing. I mean, I truly have peaked. It's all downhill from here. That was the best trip of my life. I look up to her, you know, so much, and she's just a force to be reckoned with. And she told me a lot of things that I really needed to hear, like in that moment of my life. Like she told me, like make time for joy. And I was like, what do you mean by that? And she just said, like, we were literally having a one-on-one like tea session, which was crazy. And I was sitting there like, oh my God, I'm sitting next to Michelle Obama. And she said, you need to make sure you actively make time for joy. And then I was like, I get it. Like sometimes when you work, that's all you think about. So you actively have to be like, okay, today I'm gonna go to Disneyland or something like that. Where we're like, you know, we make time actively for joy. And that really stuck with me forever. So. You know, what you do with your body and with your heart and your mind should always be your choice, and to never feel pressured into anything, and to make decisions that will protect your heart and your body and your mind. Because ultimately, you know, people can leave you, but if you're still happy with yourself, it's all good. Laura Jean would say, get really beautiful stationery. Doesn't matter what your penmanship is. Like, actually, here's the major difference of me and Lara Jean is that I have atrocious handwriting. And I always imagined Lara Jean would have beautiful handwriting. But I would say get beautiful stationery, and speak from the heart. And if it's not reciprocated, there's many more fish in the sea. No, I never thought love letters would flow in from anywhere. That's amazing. Gosh, when we made the first movie, we didn't even know if people would see it. So it was quite a shock when people really, I guess, liked it. But I never thought anyone would write me, at least I never thought anyone who I didn't know would write me love letters. So it's really, really flattering. And I think ultimately, like the whole cast and I are very, very lucky because the fans are incredible and they are so loving and they just come from a good place. So I'm thrilled about these letters. It's like, also, I kind of feel like if the movie inspired people to like write on pen and paper and send letters, that's like really, really cool because no one does that anymore. So